Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm ashandstones, and in today's video I will be experimenting with gouache for the very first time, or at least the first time since a middle school art project I barely remember and decided doesn't count. So, to get right into it, let me explain why I decided to test out some gouache while I fill out this palette with the 24 colors that I got. So for the last few years I've really been practicing watercolor, and I'm definitely not bored, but I did kind of feel the need to try a different medium for a change, but at the same time without venturing too far away from my comfort zone. So that's why I chose gouache, and luckily enough I was able to get this set of colors on sale. And the reason I'm filling out my palette is because I was very curious to see how these would work once reactivated, in a similar vein to how my watercolor pans work. So I set them aside to dry for a bit before swatching the magic. For the purpose of swatching, I prepared this sheet of paper with a black strip and a white strip, so I could see how the colors would perform on darker backgrounds as well as on the usual white background. Unfortunately, I did make one mistake while re-wetting the paints, and that is I added way too much water. So for the first few colors, you'll see that they're actually not as opaque as they should be. I did go back later and add an extra layer to the colors I'd used too much water with in the beginning, just to have a better representation of how they would actually work on the dark backgrounds, and I have to say that I was really pleased. They really stand out, and it makes me really excited to experiment with different colored papers in the future. Besides testing the colors to see how well they performed, my second reason for creating this sheet was to use it as a key, especially when selecting colors to use for my projects. Heading into this one though, I had no idea what exactly I was going to do or what I even wanted to do. I kind of left it all up to which colors I wanted to work with most. That was hard though, because a lot of them are really beautiful and I do look forward to working with them in the future. Especially the peach red, it's so bright, it's almost neon. I have so many ideas. But for this piece I decided to go with the mid-yellow, yellow ochre and viridian green as my main colors. I also used noir and burnt sienna for a few details, as well as one of the whites for mixing purposes. With my color set, I chose a simple concept and sketched out this illustration of some honeybees. Then it was time to paint, so I sat down to make a start on a simple flat wash for the background with the viridian green. Now I must admit, I am terrible when it comes to flat washes, so this came out pretty streaky. I did add a few layers though to try and even it all out, but in the end I think you can still see some splotches here and there. Forgive me, it is something that I plan on working on in 2020. On that note, I have had a lot of fun messing around with gouache overall, and I look forward to doing more pieces in the future. On top of that, I'm excited to experiment with the combination of watercolor and gouache. I think both mediums have fantastic qualities that complement each other, so I look forward to layering those up and seeing what the end results could be. Which kind of brings me to the end of what I have to say for this video. But stick around until the end if you want to see what the finished piece looks like, because those bees have some really cute fluffy butts. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun making this and I look forward to making more in the future. If you liked what you saw, why not give this video a thumbs up? And if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments, recommendations, suggestions in the box down below, because I will definitely be reading those. Hope to see you soon!